Okay, it's your girl Nyasia Chane'l. And y'all can follow me on Instagram. That's Nyasia_Chane'l_X, Nyasia_Chane'l_. Follow my TikTok, Nyasia Chane'l. And check out my website, www.nyasiachanel.com. Shout out to my management, Creative Soulful. Shout out to the Hotrod Show. And it's your girl Nyasia Chane'l. And we are here on the Hotrod Show. Thank you for tuning in.
I love the way you put it on me, make my body shake. I'll give you shelter from the storm, so baby, come and rain, come and rain on me. Boy, I really love it when you rain on me. 'Cause I want you to just, and I need you to just rain on me.
This episode of the Hotrod Show is sponsored by Hookah Up the brand. Very simple, very classy, very sexy. Bring the vibes anywhere you go, baby. Welcome to the Hotrod Show, a lunch break from the bullshit though. I'm your host, Hotrod. Hit the notification and subscribe only if you fly. We got a special guest in the building today. Artist, singer, songwriter, actress, and part business owner. Let's welcome Nyasia Chane'l to the podcast.
Hi, guys. What's up?
How you doing though? Everything good? Everything healthy?
Yes, everything is good. I'm living life to the fullest.
As you should.
Yeah.
I do got to ask you though, how was that commute on the way over here?
You know, it was calm because I had good vibes going down. It was just the traffic that I wasn't really too much of a fan of. But you know, that's what happens in New York. You know what I'm saying? It's a rainy day, but we here though.
Yeah,
You know what I
it'd
mean?
be like that
Yeah, we
sometimes.
made
you know what I
it.
mean? Exactly.
Yeah.
So I know something that we like to do over here is name the episodes from the start. So this one was easy. We're gonna call it fantasy because we call it fantasy because I do feel like you do well at painting pictures with your music, and it comes off kind of mystic to me. You know what I mean? But back to you. What words would you use to describe your music?
I like what you said, fantasy. Definitely like to paint.
Like that?
I love that, actually. Might be another
Album?
song title.
All right, cool.
But yes, definitely. You said, what would I name?
Yeah, well, what other adjectives would you use to describe your style of music?
Storytelling, genuine, classic vibes. You know, like I want my music to be considered as legendary music. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that's what I would just to name. I would say vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Good vibes.
good vibes.
Okay, I can see that. So you are, from upstate and you're part Bayesian, correct? Mm-hmm. How much does that play a part? That and your upbringing. How much does that play a part in your music?
Well, I guess it plays a major part, because I get the best of both worlds, I would say. So both my parents, shout out to my parents, they've instilled in me so much, like a wide range of music. So I would say I definitely incorporated that into my style of finding, the music that they like to listen to, I like to listen to. So it just made it easy for me to, craft into what I like to put out, So a lot of the music that they showed me was that storytelling music, that classic vibes, those legendary records, So that's just how I envision myself when I make these records. Like, that's what I wanted to be on that high level, that high bar. So
what stood out to you growing up, being Bayesian, being, from upstate New York? What music, stood out to you that you heard in the household or just around the town?
That's a good question. Shoot. I'm a real R&B head. So like the music for me that would get played every Sunday and throughout the week, because my mom loved her, was Mary J. Blige. So really it was just Mary J., Brandy. My dad loved Adina Howard, so I love Adina Howard. So those vibes really just instilled in me just the feeling of good music, you know what I'm saying? So many other people that played a role into it. I can't even name right now. It's crazy. But
No, it's fine. It's completely fine.
you know what I'm saying?
We got a lot to talk about.
It's on the tongue, though. It's on the tongue. If you know, you know. But yeah.
Now, I heard you say somewhere, because, I did a little research, and in 2020, the COVID, the whole shutdown was pivotal to your career. Can you give us more details about that?
Yes, because I'm a real people person, so I was really more so in the streets before the pandemic happened.
Mm-hmm.
So we was outside, okay, but like
In other
literally
words.
outside on the run, okay, on the go. Had shows lined up, everything, and then they hit us with the whole pandemic. They're like, "Oh, nobody outside." I'm like, "Wait, but I got shows this week and the next week and So it was really like a damn moment, but at the same time, I think it slowed me down into where I really needed to start crafting records, So I had a couple of songs, but I didn't have as many songs, you know what I'm saying, to really rock out with. Because at the time I had like 2 singles and then I was just rocking with cover songs. And so, my team, we were like, damn, we need to try to figure out how we could start making records and stuff like that. So the pandemic actually slowed us down to where, my parents, they built me a in-home studio. So I was able to start, making records and getting them out faster. And I was able to actually create an album, like a EP. So it was cool.
That's where Midsummer Dream came from?
That's where Clubhouse number 7 came from.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
So those songs, like...
Oh, I'm bugging. That's years ago.
Nah, it's okay. It's okay, because it's fine. It's fine. It all leads up to Midsummer Dream, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, so like just having that moment where it was like, all right, we need to like figure out your sound is what kind of helped me to get to where I am now, so...
That's what's up right there. I mean, as far as like, because I noticed you don't just sing, you also act and you do a lot of different things in the entertainment business. So when did we fall in love with entertainment?
Ever since I was a little girl, I've always just liked the spotlight. Like I love like just being an entertainer, like either just making somebody happy, making somebody laugh or something. Like, I don't know. Like I said, I'm a people person. So I've always just like been like that. Like my mom, she always told me, she was like, ever since you were 4, you always, like in day nursery, you be the one over there just telling people, like putting on the dresses and, playing house, but really into character, And like, even when I was in church, like I would get up there and sing. I didn't know what I was singing in that Bible, whatever the chorus book. I didn't know what I was singing, but I just got up there and just did it. And it didn't even feel like anything crazy to me. It just felt like regular. Like,
I feel like you were doing what you were called to do.
Yeah, I was doing what I was called to do. So it's good vibes.
So now, correct me if I'm wrong, you're signed to Creative and Soulful Entertainment LLC record label, right?
Yeah, they're my management.
Okay, cool. And so you also have shares in this company. So technically you're a CEO artist, right? Is that?
I'm not a CEO.
Okay.
I'm just a part of it. I'm a part of the business. So
Okay.
Yeah.
Just had to ask. As far as your music, I've listened to, quite a few songs, and I catered this interview a little different until I heard Rain, right? So I was listening to Rain. I really like that song. It's your most recent song, of course. The official music video is close to 60K. What was the motivation there? Was it like an X, a fantasy? Because it was live. It was mystic, kind of like how I said. You in the rain, then you kind of like with the guy and stuff like that. Let's talk about that video.
So actually, like, there were so many ways we can go with this music video. Okay, so for me, I see many versions of this song in my head in a video. Okay. But for this type of video though, we just wanted to go with like the classic feel of R&B. Like, how the R&B would have those close shots of your face and stuff like that. Like Faith Evans, she did that in a lot of her records.
Shouts
and
out
I
to
was
Faith.
like, you feel me? Shout out to Faith. So I was like, yo, it's gotta be that kind of feel, because when I hear it, I kind of wanted that to be like that same kind of vibe. And then we had to hit him with the rain, because it was just like, the song can't be rain if you're not in the rain. You know what I'm saying? If you're not like wet in the water. So it was like, yeah, we got to get definitely that scene. But I also wanted to pay tribute to like Aaliyah, because Aaliyah, she did that in her music video. And even Ray J was in the rain. Like, they have those classic kind of feels to it. So I just wanted to.
Usher too. Usher had a song like that.
Usher, like, it's
a lot
so
of the
many
greats.
people.
Like,
Yeah,
a lot of the
so many
greats.
people
Right, okay.
who did the rain aspect. So I was like, yo, it's only right. Like, I got to do do that, you know what I'm saying? With the red, you know what I mean? Give it that look. So that's what we wanted to go with it. But, just that classic, like you in the car, you just play the vibes and it just sets the tone, you and your boo. And then y'all get into it, Y'all get into it, whatever y'all gonna do,
Nah, the fans are definitely gonna love that. I like that the pitches. I like the hook a lot. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like the car scene. I like the video. I think you did your thing on that one.
Shaba Aishan. Shout out to Shaba Aishan.
Say it again.
Shout out to Shaba Aishan because he shot that. He did that. Okay, quality.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the quality is so crisp. And we got on Apple Music right now. We got on Tidal. So if you check out Nyasia Chane'l Rain, you will actually see the music video on Apple Music and Tidal, and of course YouTube. But the model in there, his name is Bad Guy Stacks. So
shout out
to him. Yeah.
Shout out.
He's
to
an
Stacks.
artist as well. Yeah.
So I just basically picked like my favorite songs. You had a lot of songs. I could have went a lot of different directions. Reciprocation, right? So that song, hopefully I'm saying that right, is featuring Robert Curry from Day 26. Everybody should know. Diddy formed that group back in 2007, making the band or whatever. How did that song happen?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Like, how did that? So I was curious. How did that? The song was fire.
Yeah, this song is dope and it's doing great. It's very successful right now. So shout out to Royce. I was working with him. He's actually a producer songwriter, and he hit me with these collection of songs and stuff like that. And then he was like, I really want you to sing this record, but I want you to sing it with the singer. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. So for a while, I was like anonymous who it was. And then he was like, oh, Robert Curry from Day 26. My manager, he's like, yo, you about to get on a song, Robert Curry, Day 26. I was like, what? Huh? I was like, hold on, wait.
Told me.
Hold on. Wait, making a band? Like you're saying, like, I was like, oh shoot, like that's crazy. Like, so, and just knowing that who he is in the range that he has, I was just like, I just know this record is gonna be like out of here. So we got together in the studio. We locked in for like 3 days in the studio. And so when we was crafting the song, it was just cool because he was like setting the tone for the studio, you know what I'm saying? So he was riffing out the roof, everything, just like, yo, you do this part here, you do this. So we was able to just balance off of each other, and he was able to hear my music and hear where I could take it and stuff like that. So we really was able to just craft it together in the studio, So I think that was cool, and we was able to rock out and Reciprocation. So
you definitely get to hear the rifting if you listen to the song. Definitely check it out. I think the back and forth is like when you kind of sing and say some words, and then he come in, and then y'all just going back and forth. I'm like, oh, that's kind of fire. That's just, you know what I mean? My personal opinion.
It gets back to that like I was saying before, that feeling of that R&B, like, you know what I'm saying? That I really wanted to. How I looked at it, like I wanted to go at it like Avant and Kiki Wyatt. You know what I'm saying? Like that kind of back and forth vibe. Yeah, that's what I want.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. You know what I mean? He can sing, you can sing, and I think you guys complemented each other very well on that song. So definitely check that song out. So I kind of jumped the gun earlier and kind of brought up Midsummer Dream, released this past August and stuff like that. Let's talk about the project. What was the motivation for the project? What's your creative process? What's the creative process like for that album?
Ooh, well, I know I wanted to give something that was more up-tempo Afrobeat kind of feel to it, because I had put out my song Sticky Wicked earlier on before Midsummer Dream, and a lot of people liked it. Like, a lot of people, it got shown so much love. Thank you. It was on Hot 97.
Right after. That's a dope song.
Yeah, it was on Hot 97, 105. So I'm like, damn, people really like this, kind of feel. And already, like, nature in me was like, this is the kind of music I want, like that. You know what I'm saying? That knock, that it gets you dancing a little bit. So it just kind of felt natural to just do that kind of groove for it. So I wanted to be like a mid groove of different kind of vibes and different kind of tones that you feel. And the start of it, I wanted to do something different where it was an element of like from a woman perspective, cheating. You know what I'm saying? Like not a lot of women speak about
Expose that,
cheating.
yeah.
And
How did you feel about? Did you get any pressure from like your peers as far as like, oh, she's a pick me? Because I know women can get that pressure,
Right.
like whether you're singing or just talking about it. Like, did you get that, or you didn't even care?
honestly, no, I be in my own bubble for
That's what I
real.
like.
Like I
That's what's
really
up.
just be trying to pay attention to the lane that I'm trying to create for myself. I don't really listen to a lot of what people got to say, but I do appreciate the feedback though. Like I really tell people like the music that I'm creating, I really want you to listen and let me know what you think about it because you guys are the consumers. So I want to know if this is something that you could rock with, and even if you don't like the message, hey, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I could figure out or make something that could, resonate with you. So I really, like I said before, like the storytelling aspect, like me, I'm not a cheater, but my goal here is to be the messenger for someone who might have been in that position. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed with the gift. So, these are the things that I could see what's going on. I know the feeling. I've heard the stories. So I might as well, sing about it. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I kind of went with it. Even with some of the other records that's a little spicy, I didn't get into it, but like I said, I'm a storyteller. That don't mean I actually do it just because I sing the songs, okay? Yeah. So
Nah, I mean that song was a vibe though. I definitely like the Afro beats vibe for you. I think me personally, you should definitely do a lot more songs like that. But you have a lot of different sounds and a lot of different music out there. If I'm not mistaken, that song was in a comedy as well. Fuck them kids. If I'm not, it was in a. You know what I mean? You got that little song placement, the little song play, not the little. Excuse me. You got the song placement money coming through. So could we? Was that? How did that happen? You know what I mean? Was that
so
management?
The movie isn't out yet.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out to my management creative.
Okay.
Soulful.
Shouts out to management.
So shout out to Tracy Parson as well. She is the director for the film.
Okay.
So my one of
I
my
let the cat out the bag a little bit. They need
I can't
to
really
know.
say too much. I can't say too much.
They need to know that you do that too.
But what was I gonna say? Dang. One of my managers, they set it up for me. Shout out Ye Said It. He set that one up for me because he was cool with her. So we was able to just figure out how I could, get myself into the acting aspect of it. And I was in the film. I play a role. I can't say who yet, but I play a role. And she knows I'm an artist, so she was like, yo, what song could we use to, put in the movie and stuff like that? So she heard Sticky Wicket, and she really liked Sticky Wicket. She was like, we got to put this song in there. So I can't say too much after that, but, when the movie come out, you're going to see what we did and how we made it come to life. So.
Okay. Do we know when it's coming out or like?
No. TBA.
TBA. All right, cool.
TBA. Yeah, you got to stick with me. You got to rock out with me,
All right. So, Indecisive might be my favorite song. It's a vibe. It's in the deli. It's definitely spicy. I even wrote down some lyrics, so I might need you. I don't sing, so I might need you. You know what I mean? To so they could get the vibe of how I felt when I heard the song. He was like, what you said? He was like,
what did I say?
You went from, it's not too much. You went from the old baby, the temperature reached 200 degrees into the hook. Like that. Can you give us that? Like I felt that. I was like, I like this right here.
Said, it just might be the stars in the sky. Makes me wild for the night. Let's be honest. Let be honest. I know you want it. You feel me? Yeah.
Nah, I like that song though. I definitely like the song, and it makes you kind of focus on the words and the singing because it's not a lot of camera shots. I think it's not a deli. It's like a what you gonna call it? What's the word I'm looking for? Not a deli. A diner. Excuse me. It looks. Is that right? It looks like a diner. It's like you're seated at a diner.
Oh no! For the video,
yeah.
For the music video, I was a therapist. in my music video.
Okay.
So what the essence of it was, so when I put out the song, I think a lot of people was thinking that, you know, I was on that type of vibe, and they depicted me actually acting it out. But what I did was I actually directed my music video. So go check that out on YouTube. Huh?
Do you do that often?
I'm getting into the realms of it because I have so many ideas. So I'm just like, you know, might as well. So for that theme, I was a therapist, like sitting down with my clients, and they was basically talking about like how to spice up their sex life or whatever. And I didn't give the option, but you know, my assistant in there, she was just like, maybe you guys could, you know, spice it up, maybe try new things, add some toys or add, you know, another partner or whatever. So then the girl, she was more into it than the guy. He was just kind of like, oh, I don't know,
no.
like and being indecisive about it. So I'm just like, all right, well, you know, you guys could have some time to figure it out, you know, and I'll be back and we could see how we're gonna, you know, make this all come together. And so in the music video, it just shows like, you know, she's trying to persuade her man into getting into wanting to have a threesome. And then she's like, oh, you know, what about the assistant? And then she kind of like paints the picture for him like, oh, you know, we could all have fun. I'm just like, oh, I wonder how it's going in there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh,
you definitely got the personality.
Yeah, you know. So, and I was speaking a little British accent too. But don't get me because I'm not the best at it. But you know, we got to do. But at the end of the video, I just came back in. I was like, yo, how do you guys feel? And, you know, she got him to say yes to the threesome. So everyone went home happy. You know?
Okay. I didn't want to ask, but I was like, hold on, is this? Let's see what's up. Maybe she'll say it.
Yeah. So I think a lot of people were like, is Nyasia like into that? And I was just like, no, I'm not into it, but you know. I mean,
you're an actor also. It's
I'm an actress, so I might as well, like, if I'm going to be painting these pictures, I might as well act it out and, you know, give you a different perspective on, you know what I'm saying, how it could be and stuff, so.
I mean, I liked it. It came out good.
Thank you.
I know I first got hip to you. You had these talent shows on Instagram, and I don't know. I never really saw that before. So, like, what drove us to do that?
So I just like to see different talent, you know what I'm saying, beyond just myself. And I was just like, damn, is a lot of platforms on, you know, on these platforms that they have these talent shows, but it's not a lot of like positive vibes. Like, it's just like you get on these talent shows and one, you're nervous. For me, like, I've been on talent shows where I was nervous as hell, and then you're like kind of scared of like the feedback. You don't know what you're gonna, you know, expect. So for me, I was like, damn, I want to do something for artists where it's like I could create a safe space for artists where they could come through and it's not so much going on. It's not a lot of negativity. It's not like, you know, you got to come through and be afraid I'm a, you know, ridicule you or anything like that. Like, so that's really what I try to do, is create a space for artists to come through, play vibes. You could be a producer, you could be a rapper, you could be a singer, you could be a dancer, you could be a magician, like whatever you want to be. Like, you just come through the spot. And everybody in the room now knows. They're like, yo, all right, you come through here. We give you good vibes. And it's not constructive criticism, but we give you enough to where if it's not really up there, we're not going to tear you down and be like, oh, that shit was trash. Nah, it's just like, oh, these are things you could work on. But, hey, here's somebody who does this that could help. Or here's somebody, you know. So I really wanted it to be a networking thing, like where everybody could just come through. You know what I'm saying? Like an online networking thing where it's not so much like negativity, you know what I'm saying? Because we need that. We need
the positive vibes.
Yeah,
you definitely give that energy a lot. You know, just listening to you talk, I'm pretty sure they can feel it through the screen and stuff like that. But yeah, you definitely give a glue vibe. You know what I mean? So I think you should definitely keep doing that. You know what I mean?
For sure. Shout out to everybody who be tuning in every Monday, 10:45 on my Instagram live. Listen, I do 10:45 because
Mondays, I was wondering, like,
Mondays be Mondaying. And a lot be going on. So I feel like 10:45 is realistic for me. Like, I'll say 10, but it's not realistic. Like, I need to be, you know, my makeup done, everything done, so I could come through the live and I'm looking like, you know what I mean? So that's really why I do 10:45. It's more realistic, you know what I'm saying? So I want to keep it to an hour though, just because it just be a lot
Monday.
going on. Yes, Monday.
You got work the next morning.
Like, you know, so we like to stay on for an hour. So please get in there on time, you know. But I understand how life is though. Like a lot of the times it'll be like, damn, I just got off work 9. But even for the people,
Exactly.
they'll just get off work and still come through and
Yeah, of
show
course.
love. Like I love
Yeah.
that. I'm like, damn, you didn't even have to be in here.
You're gonna attract the people that's like yourself, that's into
Yeah.
that type of stuff where it's like, I'm not tired, I'm motivated.
Yeah, you motivated, and they just come through. Some people just come through just to see, the talent, and I love that because I'm like, you don't never know who's watching. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely cool because people are starting to notice now. Like when they talk to me, they're just like, "Oh, you do the talent show." I'm like, "Yeah, you should come through." Like I think sometimes the people are like kind of like, "Nah, she gone," and I'm like, "Nah, like it's not even that type of time. Like you just come through, you just be yourself. You don't even got to worry about nothing." You know what I'm saying? And they'll come on there and they're like, "Oh, it wasn't that bad." I'm like, "Yeah, it's good." Like so. Yeah, I appreciate you.
Nah, you should keep doing it.
Because I do be seeing you coming up like, oh, the Hot Rod Show. Hey, what's up?
Nah, I try to show love a little bit.
Yeah,
I gotta
you
wake up
do,
early,
you do.
but I'm trying to show people love. The voiceovers. You do a lot of voiceovers. I think it's genius. I think you get to showcase your talent. I think it's good promo. I think it's gonna inspire people. My favorite one was the J-Lo song that you did. I think it's Teenage Love Fever, something like that.
Oh, Teenage Fever?
And Drake did the do-over. One of my favorite songs growing up, so I'm a little biased.
I know.
but I'm a little biased.
Me too. Trust me.
So when you did it, I was just automatically like, oh yeah, this the one. Fuck everything. But
Yeah.
definitely keep doing that as well.
I definitely was saying that too when I was recording it. Because that song, it's Drake. Drake, he know what he's doing. He got a lot of songs.
He's smart.
And I was like, I want to do a Drake song, but like, it gotta be right. So like Teenage Fever for me was
just perfect.
Like I love it because it's just like a calm, mellow vibe, but it's like, I felt that.
He got some more you could definitely do.
Oh yeah, for sure. I wanted to do Jungle.
That's another good one.
I said Jungle. You got Jaded. You got so many different
he
vibes.
got a lot of joints you could
I want
definitely
to tap into it with it. But yeah, I love that song. That song, that's my favorite. I be playing it sometimes in my car. I be like, I gotta play my version though. You know what I'm saying? But yeah.
So I gotta ask you, right? When it comes to singing, what are some aspects or what are some things that you feel like you do well? Like give us 3. Just 3. I know it's a lot of aspects. There's falsettos, there's riffing, there's a lot. It's much different from rapping. So what are 3 aspects you feel like Nyasia Chane'l does good, great?
I think I could freestyle well.
Okay.
As far as like harmonies and thinking of melodies and thinking of different tones and stuff like that. Like sometimes people play a beat and they be like, all right, sing along to it. And if I feel the vibe, first of all, the beat gotta be fire, okay? Secondly, I feel like once I hear it, I'm just able to just be like, you know what I'm saying? Doing a little whoop whoop. I would say I can harmonize very well.
Okay.
And I could get the emotion out better.
What do you mean?
Like, because anybody could sing, right? Anybody could sing. It just takes a little bit
Not
of practice.
anybody. I don't know.
But listen, if you get
You
enough
being too
practice,
nice.
listen, everybody can sing in the shower, okay?
Oh,
Let's
yeah,
say that.
yeah.
Everybody
Okay.
can sing in the shower,
Okay.
okay? So, but what I'm saying is like, to really be a singer, you have to make the people believe you, right? So I feel like I can emote it.
Oh,
You know
the
what I'm saying?
conviction.
The conviction, and to actually make you feel like you are experiencing that, even though you may have never been. You know what I'm saying? So I think I could definitely say I emote well, very well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite R&B albums. Give us, if you can, 7. That's like my favorite number. Come on, girl.
You said how many? 7?
Give us, come on, girl. You got this.
Full Moon, Brandy.
Okay, that's a good one.
Sheesh, I'm on the spot right now. It's hot. I'm in the hot seat.
Oh, you hot now. It's the Hotrod Show.
Woo! Phew, shit.
That wine kicking in.
The wine is definitely kicking in.
The heat work.
Midsummer Dream, Nyasia Chane'l.
Okay.
Clubhouse number 7, Nyasia Chane'l.
Okay. Nah, I ain't mad at that. Look, this is your list.
I would say her her I think it was like her
like
first
her.
debut album. I forget the name of it, honestly.
I like her.
But it had Focus on there. It had many other ones. I forget the name
It's
of it.
completely
Honestly.
fine.
Janae Aiko.
Oh, the one with her walking to the water.
Yes. You know
I knew
exactly
it.
what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. What is that album? Damn, I don't know what that album. I would say Summer Walker, Over It.
Okay, cool. One more.
My God, favorite R&B album. This is crazy. Mary J. Life.
Okay, cool. It wasn't that hard, right?
It's easy for that one, but damn, to pick 7 is crazy.
I know. I could have said 10. People be like top 10.
Nah, because I got Adina Howard, album.
See, now it's all coming out.
Crack, like,
See
come
what
on.
I mean? Now it's all coming out.
And we got India Irie, like, come on, okay. But yeah. Oh, Ashanti, damn.
See, it's just when you're in the hot seat, it always happens.
It's just like, at least
like,
they
damn,
know.
now?
They know. Y'all know. Shoot, Ashanti, yeah.
You gave us 10 now. See? Look at that.
I could keep going, but it's just got to come to me. Yeah. It's a little time.
Let me see. So I know we talked about, this is the fantasy episode, right? Mm-hmm. I want you to describe to the people, what does your dream performance look like?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh my
like
gosh.
that?
I'm so glad you said this. Because I really be fantasizing about it a lot. My dream performance setting, or what do you mean?
Your dream performance, like you see how they got that, like on Instagram, they got that meme of DMX performing in front of like half the world. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like that's crazy. But what does your dream performance look like? Like describe that for us. You know what I mean? Close your eyes, visualize, whatever you got to do. Like, describe that for us.
I could see me performing in front of hundreds of thousands of people, right, in the stands. It's kind of like how Rolling Loud is.
Okay.
But I don't mind that. But how I see it is how it's like, you know how the stadiums are. So everybody's like, I want it to all be full. Lights is up on me, you feel me? Purple hue in the background, you know what I'm saying? And then before I come out, the smoke is coming down, you feel what I'm saying? And then I come up on the little thing where you jump up off onto the stage. I forget what that thing is called. But it's like when you come up on the stage and they're like, Nyasia Chane'l, boom. And then it opens up and I just pop out and it's like, boom. How it's like Michael Jackson did.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? How he came out and he just stood there and he was just like.
And you're just looking at everybody.
Yeah, that's how I see it.
You thought about this before, huh?
All the time.
Okay.
Oh
Cool.
yeah, I practice these interviews in the shower all the time. I practice my Grammy speech. You know what I'm saying? I practice getting my awards. You know, you gotta practice if you really want to manifest what you really want. You really gotta get into that vibe. So yeah, I really look up to Michael Jackson. So that's really where mentally that's where I see myself. It's like. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, nobody's going to beat the greatest. But in my head, I want to be great. So you got to study the greats.
Well, all right. So time to go just a little left, right? Nothing too crazy, right? Do you feel like colorism is still an issue in the industry?
Of course.
You think so?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I feel like there's a lot of underlying things that happen in society that plays into the industry. You know what I'm saying? I think certain people haven't they haven't healed from certain things. And also some people just like what they like. You feel what I'm saying? And you can't help that, but you could try to break through and try to reach as many people as you can. But I really very much feel like that's very present.
How do you feel about, because music, R&B specifically wasn't, things change, times change, music changes with it. How do you feel about the industry, basically using sex to sell on TV?
I mean, sex has always been here, so it's not like it's a really new thing.
It's just never been so much in your face.
Yeah,
like, bow, bow, everywhere.
You see, I just, if that's how you want to be, hey, it's nothing wrong with that.
I ain't got no.
If that's really what you feel like you got to get out, you got to get out. But like, I like metaphors. I'm a metaphor kind of girl. I like, the decorum, the mysteriousness, you know what I'm saying? Because I just feel like that can sometimes be sexy when they don't know what you about to do, but you give them a little, ooh, and they're like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Like a little stuff like that. So, I mean, I don't know. I'm appreciative of all vibes, It's like, but I just wish it wasn't so much on the women that they have to make it seem like you have to sell yourself in that way in order to be heard. I feel like that's an issue in itself. Like, we can go into many ways of how that can be problematic and how that led to that way. Just because if we're in a male-dominated industry and some men, not all, but most men, if they just look at women a certain way, it just depends on how you view women. Do you view them as sex symbols? Do you view them as, queens? Like how is the interaction of women, and also too the rights of women? It's like the different talks about how women's bodies should be and the governing of women's bodies, like that all leads into how the music is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
when you say the governing of women's bodies, by who? Because it's a different conversation depending on who, you know what I mean?
This is touchy.
All right, cool. I'm gonna leave that alone. I'm gonna leave it alone.
I would just say, like, I just feel like woman should always be in control of her body, and what she chooses to do with it, she should have that right. And I don't feel like if you aren't a woman or whatever you are, if you aren't in that position, you shouldn't be telling me what I can do with my body. You know what I'm saying?
That's fair.
So I just feel like, just let me rock. Like, I'm not hurting you. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, if I'm in this position and I want to make a choice, allow me to make that choice. I shouldn't have to feel like I can't make a choice for myself. You feel what I'm saying? So I feel like it's just that. And also too, like,
in the music industry.
Or
in general.
It's so many different ways. Like, some artists can make music to what's the word called? You can make secular music to is the word liberate? Liberate yourself, and talking about the beauties of your body, and that's not a problem either. If you feel like your body's beautiful and you want to talk about the perks of it, talk about the perks. But I don't have no problem with it. I just say, like, we got to have a balance.
Yes. The B word. Yes. Okay. That's what I was waiting for. Like, that's all.
And also too, if you think about it too, I feel like it's just a breakout moment too, because for years you haven't really heard it as big. So it could be just a breakout moment, and then we come back, hey. I don't know. I'm optimistic.
Okay. Well, you do have a large male fan base, I'm assuming. That just comes with being an attractive woman, right? Mm-hmm. So the fellas want to know, what is the pettiest reason that you stop talking to a guy?
If you do too much. Like, listen, I'm a Pisces, okay? We just be with the
your birthday just passed. Oh, yeah. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you.
Happy belated.
Shout out to my Pisces, because it's still much Pisces season. Okay. But, like, don't do too much. I get turned off by little things. Not little, it's big things to me. Like, if I tell you something that I don't like, don't do what I don't like.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying?
Simple enough.
Like, if I say, hey, I'm busy right now, don't call me. I shouldn't see 3 calls after I just told you I'm busy right now. That to me is like, you're not listening. Like, you feel what I'm saying? It's just like, why do I have to tell you that? If you told me, hey, yo, boo, I'm going to call you later, I bet I'm leaving you alone. When you ready to talk, we're going to talk. It's just little commonsensical things for me, I feel. That is just kind of like for me, if I don't like how you talking to me, I'm not going to talk to you. Period, point blank. Like, we gotta have an even ground. We are equal here. It's no one's above the other. So we establish our boundaries. We should be able to respect it. So, yeah.
Okay, that's fair. Simple enough.
Yeah.
So I don't know what your preference is, but I'm gonna ask this anyway, right? Describe how you would make a black man feel loved.
Ooh, okay. Well, it depends. I mean, obviously you gotta feed him. You gotta feed him. You know, hey, you can't let your man starve. Okay, first rule. Okay, women, do not let your man leave out the house with an empty stomach. Cause first of all, you're not about to go to nobody else's house and get fed. No, you're gonna get fed by me. Okay. Secondly,
So you cook.
yeah, I cook.
Okay.
Very much cook. Okay, I'm still learning too. Don't try to
Nah,
quiz
I'm not.
me
I'm
on
just
all the,
asking.
you know, because sometimes I say I cook and everybody like, oh, what you be making? What you make on Monday,
just
Tuesday? Like, no, listen. Okay. But yes, I feel like yes, you gotta feed them, and also too, like you gotta speak life into your partner. Like you have to, especially dealing in this climate, in this society. Like you never know what a person's really going through. So sometimes you could be dating your partner, you don't really know what they're battling. So it's important to check in and make sure they're heard. So for me, I like to just, send little morning texts like, "Good morning, babe. Like, have a blessed day. You're amazing. You're great. You're such a great listener. You're such a great provider. Like, you know what I'm saying? You're just amazing. Like, I love how you talk with God. Like, I love how you pray every day. I love how you eat your food, but sometimes you leave a little bit extra for me. Like, I love that." So yeah, that's what I do. And what else? I would say create a safe space too. Like
Whew.
I don't
Preach.
really like. That's why I say I'd be so calm about like certain situations. Like so for me, like I feel like I'm a realist, right? So I know if I'm dating you, we're both obviously attractive people, and I understand that we fall into temptation sometimes. That's why I say, yo, look, if you feel like you gotta be outside, just tell me before I find out, because after I find out, you blocked, you done. It's over.
What do you mean? So if he tells you that he's gonna be outside, like he could still mess with you
I
too?
feel like
or
let's have the conversation. Let's have the conversation. Yo, babe,
Okay.
look, I'm not gonna lie, I'm feeling this girl. Like I don't know where these feelings came from, but I just feel this way, and I don't want to lose you, but I also have these other feelings. Okay, cool. So then now let's be friends with benefits, or let's be something where it's not.
So that's an
big.
option.
Yes, we have to have that option, because once I find out that you did it on me, now it's over. Now I gotta put you in a song. I don't want to do that.
Now I
You know
gotta
what I'm
put you in a
saying?
song.
I gotta
It's
put you in a
crazy.
song. Like it's over. Now you the inspiration behind the next diss record. Like that's real. So I would
they
just say, like,
singers and lawyers.
let's have that conversation. And even if I don't want to be with you, like afterwards, I feel like I have that right as well. Like, if I don't want to be with you after you're out here exploring, that should be fine, because if the love is real, maybe we can come back to it. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like that's what's not common enough, is that we could be able to have those real conversations. So I'm just like, for me, I just be looking for people who could just tell me the honest truth. Like, yes, it hurts. Nobody wants to hear that you are, imagining yourself with someone else. Nobody wants to hear that. But I feel like I'd rather know that you feel that way than for me to assume, or now I gotta go and lose sleep all night because I don't know who, Becky is from Chick-fil-A. You got a name under settings. Like, I don't know what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Why are we dating? You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be
Have
real.
you been through this before? Like,
Very much.
okay, cool. Because
This
it's
is
like
spoken from experience. You know what I'm saying? This is what gets me
this is just too
tight.
good.
You feel what I'm saying?
Not
just
like
gets
that,
me-
but-
it gets me tight. It's just like, bro, we're grown. Like, why we can't have this conversation? Like, well,
A lot of guys feel like they're gonna lose the female. A lot of times girls don't be with it, and I
Nah,
understand.
but if I-
understand both sides.
Yeah, and I agree. Of course, you want to have your cake and eat it too. But once the cake get too good and it starts drying up, cause I ain't giving it no more moisture, now you tight. So if I sit here and I tell you, right, if me and you, we're sitting here and you're like, yo, I've never had somebody who could open up to me like this. And that should show you right then and there. Like, if I'm sitting here telling you, babe, look, just let me know what you're thinking. Let me know how you're feeling. Is there anything I can work on to make this better for you? Like, is there something else you're looking for? And you tell me no, and I'm okay. I'm continuing my duties. And then I slip up and see a girl on the gram. I'm like, what the
What's going on?
huh? But you just said, we was just, how did we get here, babe? You just told me we was good. I just made you whole baked CD last night, babe. Where we at? That's what I'm saying.
How do you like to be loved? Let's talk about that.
That's a good question. Well, one, I had to learn how to love myself, and that is big because I just feel like if you haven't learned how to love yourself, you can't really expect for people to love you the way you want to. But how I want to be loved is like just speak life into me. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't want to be with a Debbie Downer. Like I don't want to be with someone who's constantly just like negative. I want someone who wants to be ambitious, someone who can see beyond just himself, who can see the future, who can see what he wants in life. You know what I'm saying? You have some sort of direction. And I feel like once you have that direction for yourself, you can have that direction for the relationship. You know what I'm saying? And for what I want. And of course, someone who's supportive, loving, family oriented, God fearing, you know, someone who just gets it, lets me have my freedom. Cause, you know, in a relationship, I don't own you, you don't own me. So we shouldn't be like in a relationship on those terms. You know what I'm saying? So I would just want someone who could, you know, be my safe space too.
Be understanding.
Yeah, be understanding. Like I feel like those are just regular things about
trust. Trust is you know.
Yes, trust.
Not as they're not giving that out as much these days.
They aren't. And I feel like I'm just kind of just like, I don't want to date you if I can't trust you. What's the point? Like, what are we doing? We could just be friends. We could just kick it. Friends with benefits. You know what I'm saying? I trust you as far as I see you. You know what I'm saying? Because I know it's out of sight, out of mind. You feel what I'm saying? So once I know we on that type of time, that is what it is, you know? And we just go about it for what it is. Like, you feel me? Because for me to trust you takes a lot. Because once you break my trust, it's over for you. You done.
So they just better off being friends with benefits.
You better off being my friend. I swear to you.
You said that twice. I'm like, yo, she.
No, for real. Because I just feel like I'm just too loyal to people. And I'm just like, once you break my loyalty, then it's just like it's all fair game. You know what I'm saying? I guess that's what I've also heard that's what makes me petty is like, if somebody do something to me, yeah, it's now even war. You know what I'm saying? And I'm working on that. I'm working on dying. I'm working on being better. But I just feel like treat people how you want to be treated. Don't expect less if you get treated, you know. If you treat me bad, just know God has blessed me. So it's going to come back to you one way or another.
So last question before we get out of here. I just want to know, what are 7 things that Nyasia Chane'l cannot live without?
Water.
Water. Water.
Yeah. 7 things I can't live without. God.
Okay.
Food, water. My music.
Okay.
Family.
Mm-hmm.
What is that? 5? 4?
5. 2 more.
Soul food.
Okay, you said food. So food. You said food.
Oh yeah, I did say food. Okay, that falls under soul food.
I'm about to say, like, I know it's different, but is it?
What's the thing I can't live without?
2 more. 2 more.
Oh God. I can't live without. I said music, right?
Yeah, you definitely did. That was number 3 or 4.
I can't live without my phone.
Okay. Surprised you didn't say that sooner. 1 more.
Jeez, what's another one?
1 more.
I can't live without. I don't know.
So you a fool for this
hard.
one.
Nah,
My
it's all right.
fans. Can't live
All right,
without
cool.
my
There you
fans.
go. There you go. 7.
Shout out to my fans.
Shout out to the
You feel
fans.
me?